working with Karen for me has been invigorating. It has brought new joy and confidence in my abilities and confidence in sharing that with other people.
I'm here to guide you on a transformative journey to clear out those old patterns of thinking and negative self-talk that keep you stuck.
Often I'm asked what my logo is all about and the meaning behind it. And for me, especially in business, as well as my personal life, integrity is everything. And let me share my story first, if I may. Many years ago, I had 2 horses that were struck by lightning. I live in Florida, and it's considered the lightning capital of the world. And the chances of that happening are like 1 in a million. My luck, it happened to me. At any rate, my spiritual mentor at the time, when my first horse got struck by lightning, asked me if I had looked up the meaning of the word lightning in a spiritual context. And I didn't have to, because I already knew that lightning strike was all about being a messenger and being a light in the world. And I said to her, I'm not ready to be responsible for it. And she laughed. And she said, okay, when you're ready. And I went, all right, I'll step into it. Well, that was back in 2007, and I have stepped into it powerfully ever since.
We all carry past experiences that shape how we think and feel. These patterns can hold us back and impact how we communicate with ourselves and others. But imagine if you could break free from those limiting beliefs and embrace a new way of thinking. As a catalyst for change, I help you become more aware of how you speak to yourself and others. By healing those past experiences, we can change not just your mindset, but how your body responds, improving your overall health and well-being. When you start to communicate better with yourself, you build confidence and strength that radiates into every aspect of your life. Or you become more present, more resilient, and more aligned with your true self. Let's start this journey together and unlock the true potential within you.
Hello there. I'm Karen Rudolph, and it's such a privilege and a pleasure to be here with you today. And one of the things I'd like to do before we even start is to, first off, let me get rid of that so that doesn't get into our space. Okay. All right, I'm learning a new system here. So, one of the things I'd like to talk about today is really getting centered and grounded and bringing the spirituality together with your personal and professional life. And here in this introduction, I'd like to have you take a moment, if you would, and consider taking a deep breath. And let's just get present to this present moment, bringing you here to the center. And close your eyes. And as you count to 4, take a deep breath in. And as you slowly release, take that breath out, exhaling 6 deep breaths out to the point where you're actually exhaling with a let it out very powerfully. And as you're doing that, place your hands over your heart and take a deep breath and let the warmth of the energy center you. Visualize yourself with a soft light expanding with each breath. And as the light glows, send compassion and love and gratitude to not just yourself, but to the light. Permit yourself, give yourself permission. Now send the light to others and send them gratitude, and slowly come back into the room. Why this works? Because you're connecting your heart space into your inner space where your emotional connections reside. In today's fast-paced world, we're often finding ourselves chasing external successes, whether it's careers, finances, relationships, believing that it will bring us happiness, something external, but we forget to look at our internal landscape where true peace and fulfillment reside. This connection between personal growth and spirituality leaves us feeling empty, stressed, or seeking something outside of ourselves, right? To fill a void. Does that always work? Not always. Can you relate to that? Do you know what I'm talking about? It's not always easy, right? So what if I told you your body is always communicating with us, whether it's tightening of their shoulders or churning of your stomach or tension that you just can't shake. Your body holds on to the stress and unresolved emotions. The sensations in your body are a way of sending you signals, right? Reminding you that there's something that needs attention. A lot of times they won't disappear. If we look at the work of Dr. Emoto, who is a Japanese scientist and doctor, he talks about the study of water, and every cell is affected by every thought you think, and every thought you think is affected to every organ, creating ease or disease. Over time, the unprocessed stress and emotions manifest in a physical, emotional, or spiritual dis-ease. In this session, we're going to explore how to balance external success with the inner peace and soul craves, right? What your soul craves. By learning to listen to your body, clearing those old belief systems, and aligning with spiritual wisdom within your actions, you can transform how you show up in the world newly. This isn't about choosing between personal growth or professional success. It's about harmonizing the two so that you can thrive in all areas of your life. Several years ago, I was deep into the work of stress reduction after going through my own major stressors, which caused my hair to literally be falling out in clumps. It was scary. I had become known for supporting others in managing their stress and finding a sense of calm, but something still felt incomplete. I was doing the work and supporting others and to create moments of peace in their lives, but I started noticing a pattern. In some situation, the stress kept coming back. It was like placing a bandage over an open wound and rather than truly addressing the deeper issues. One day I was working with a client who was overwhelmed by life's pressures, her career, her family, the expectations she placed on herself. We did all the usual stress reduction techniques, and after a few sessions, it became clear that the stress was only the surface symptom. What lay beneath was a lifetime of limiting beliefs, old narratives she'd absorbed about herself, the deep-rooted emotions that hadn't been dealt with. It was a mirror of her own life, and I realized that the journey wasn't just about reducing stress, it was about transformation. It was about clearing the old belief system and inner dialogues that were keeping me and my clients stuck in a cycle of stress. I then understood that true change needed to come from within and at a deeper, more holistic level. This was the turning point that I shifted my focus. Instead of just managing stress, I became embraced in the whole becomingness of being a catalyst for change. I redefined my approach to include clearing inner dialogue, addressing traumas, empowering people to listen to their bodies, and transform their lives from the inside out. The shift in perception is what led me to where I am today, creating lasting change, not just for myself, but for those I work with. In our collaborative international best-selling book, The Classy, Sassy, and Badassy, I share this journey, how I reclaimed my power, cleared the blocks which were holding me back, and began living a life unapologetically, embodying my own truth. That's the holistic approach. I'm excited to share this with you today because transformation begins from within. We often hear phrases like nurturing our inner self or personal growth, but what does that actually mean? At its core, nurturing our inner self is about developing a deeper sense of self-awareness. It's about becoming attuned with our thoughts and feelings and beliefs that you hold about yourself and about the world around you. Many of us, we carry limiting beliefs. These are the unconscious stories we tell ourselves that keep us stuck in the old patterns. These beliefs might sound like, I'm not good enough, I'll never be successful, or I don't deserve happiness. The problem is, most of the time, we don't even realize these narratives are running in the background, shaping our decisions and our experiences. Recognizing these limiting beliefs is the foundation of transformation. You can't change what you're not aware of. So the first step in nurturing the inner self is to slow down, listen, bring these unconscious patterns into the light. It's not always easy. And sometimes it means confronting uncomfortable truths or wounds from the past, but it's necessary to grow. And once you become aware of these limiting beliefs, you can begin to work on clearing them. It might involve practices like journaling, meditation, working with a coach or mentor to dig deeper. By nurturing your inner self and replacing the old limiting beliefs with more empowering ones, you create space for true transformation to take place. It's important to remember that in this journey, it's not a destination. Be kind to yourself. Right? Nurturing your inner self, it's an ongoing process of learning, healing, and evolving. As you do the inner work, you'll find the changes you make internally will naturally reflect the external life, your relationships, your work, your overall sense of well-being. Many of us go through life guided by unconscious belief systems. They're narrations that have been inherited from family, society, and past experiences. These beliefs act as filters through which we view ourselves and the world. Unfortunately, many of these belief systems are outdated and they're limiting us and simply false. They shape our internal dialogue, detecting how we think, how we feel, how we respond to life challenges. For example, a belief is something like, I'm not worthy of success, or you can manifest in subtle yet powerful ways. Maybe it shows up in procrastination, self-sabotage, staying stuck in a job or relationship that no longer serves. Over time, those limiting beliefs become kind of invisible prisons that keep us from stepping into our full potential. But here's the good news. Once we become aware of these old beliefs, we can clear them. Clearing them isn't just about mentally affirming these ideas. It's about addressing the root cause, which often goes back to unresolved trauma or emotional wounds that we've been carrying, sometimes for years, even decades. Trauma doesn't have to be traumatic or catastrophic event. It can be a subtle moment that happened in childhood where you felt rejected or not enough. These experiences, if left unresolved, get stored in the body and mind, shaping how you see the world. Trauma clearing allows us to release the stuck emotions, old stories from our system, and it's like clearing out the clutter of the past, making space for new possibilities. When we clear the old belief systems and trauma, something remarkable happens. Our internal dialogue begins to shift. The constant chatter of I can't, I'm not enough, or I'll never succeed quiets down. It makes room for new, empowering beliefs to take root. As the inner shift occurs, it naturally begins to reflect in our external reality. Suddenly, opportunities you didn't see before become visible. Your relationships start to improve and you find yourself taking risks and pursuing goals that once felt impossible. This is because clearing those old beliefs not only changes how you see the world, it changes how the world responds to you. Clearing these limited beliefs is the key to lasting transformation, both in terms of well-being and success. It's like clearing away the fog. It's like it's been clouding your vision, allowing you to see the world and yourself through fresh eyes. When you clear the past, you create space for a new future, one aligned with your highest potential. When it comes to nurturing your inner self, spiritual practices are essential tools that support us to attune into a deeper wisdom and guide us toward potential empowerment. These practices allow us to connect with your inner voice, tapping into your intuition and finding clarity in times of uncertainty. So let's explore a few of these key tools that support this process. Meditation. One of the most powerful tools and ways of cultivating self-awareness is through meditation. It's a practice of quieting the mind, creating space to hear your true inner voice amidst the noise of daily life. Through meditation, you can observe your thoughts without judgment, gaining insight and patterns that shape your inner dialogue. By regularly sitting in stillness, you can reconnect to your breath, ground your energy, and calm your nervous system, which helps reduce stress, promotes emotional clarity. In just a few minutes of meditation each day, you can create profound shifts, supporting you to feel more centered, focused, and empowered. It's a tool that can be integrated into any routine, making it accessible no matter how busy life gets. And you don't even have to sit with your legs crossed for it. Journaling, one of my favorites, and I keep my journal handy at all times, right, is putting pen to paper. It can process your emotions, explore your thoughts, and bring unconscious beliefs to the surface. Writing allows you to connect to your mind-body connection, getting honest with yourself, uncovering hidden fears and desires or limiting beliefs that might hold you back. Journaling prompts like, what is one belief I hold that no longer serves me? Or what would life look like if I fully believed in my potential? Can help guide you into deeper self-reflection. Over time, this practice becomes a space for self-exploration, for personal growth, helping you release the old patterns of setting empowering intentions. Affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that help reprogram the unconscious mind by replacing negative thoughts with empowering ones. When we repeat them over and over again, these affirmations regularly, we can shift our internal dialogue, opening ourselves up to new personalities. An affirmation is something like, I'm worthy of success and happiness. May seem simple, but over time, you change the way you see yourself in the world. Your brain starts hearing this and you rewire your nervous system, your neurosystem rather, excuse me. Affirmations are particularly used for rewiring those limiting beliefs, the old ones, and recreate a new foundation of self-worth, confidence, and clarity, especially when you learn to embody the work. The butterfly technique is one of my very favorites that I've created years ago, and it seems to have the most impact on most of the people that I utilize it with or share it with. It's a tool, as I said, I call it the butterfly technique. It's a practice. It's about stopping and changing and shifting 3 steps that support you in regaining control of your emotions and your reactions in real time. Just like a butterfly flutters gracefully through the air, this technique invites you to pause for a moment of stress, anxiety, or emotional tension, gently changing your internal narrative and shifting the energy towards a more positive and empowered state. By practicing this over and over, you'll notice how quickly you turn your stressors or disempowerment moments into one of calm and control. The butterfly technique is an embodiment of transformation in action, reminding us that we have the power to change and how we feel and how we respond to life's challenges. Another tool I use for personal empowerment is tapping, which is based in the principle of tapping into the body's energy system to release blocks and emotional traumas stored in the unconscious. This technique is also referred to as EFT, the emotional freedom technique. It involves gently tapping on specific points of the body while refocusing on belief or emotion you want to hear. So, for example, if you're holding on to a limiting belief of, I'm not good enough, by repeating these phrases over and over again as you continue to tap on certain areas of your body, you'd be tapping over and over again, even though I feel this way, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I feel this way, I completely and deeply accept myself. This process allows the energy to move through the body, releasing emotional blockages and rewiring the unconscious mind for empowerment and well-being. These 5 spiritual practices, meditation, journaling, affirmation, butterfly technique, and tapping, are all tools that support your inner nurturing and personal growth. By integrating them into your life, you can begin clearing the old patterns, shifting the internal dialogue, and tapping into deep wisdom that lies within each of us. These tools are not just to be used in moments of crisis. They're practices. You can use them every day and stay grounded, clear, and empowered. The more you practice them, the more it becomes part of who you are, and it's easier to utilize in cases when you need them. In our society today, it's often this belief that we have to choose between spiritual growth and material success, as if focusing on one means neglecting the other. In truth, they're not neglecting anything. It's not in conflict at all. When we nurture our inner self and stay connected to the spiritual center, we position ourselves for greater external success. The two go hand in hand, complement each other in a powerful ways, like as if the external world, your career, finances, relationship, is a reflection of your internal world. If your inner world isn't stressed out or unresolved emotions, that inner chaos is eventually manifested in your external reality. They are mirrors of each other, and what we focus on expands. You might find yourself struggling with setbacks, toxic relationships, or just a lack of fulfillment. No matter how much material success you achieve, when you nurture your inner self, when you take time to heal, reflect, and align with your deeper purpose, everything outside yourself begins to shift as well. This means regularly engaging in practices like meditation, self-reflection, and mindfulness to clear the emotional and mental clutter. It can keep you stuck. It's about checking in with yourself and asking, what is driving me right now? Am I acting from a space of fear or from a place of purpose and alignment? When you operate from a place of inner peace and clarity, the decisions you make in a material world, whether in your career, finances, or personal life, are more aligned with who you are, who you truly are, not just chasing success for the sake of it, rather creating a life that reflects your values and fulfills you on a deeper level. Spiritual growth and material success aren't opposites. They are complementary forces. When you cultivate self-awareness and connect with your intuition and trust the process of life, you're more likely to make wise, intentional choices in an external world. You might find new opportunities arise, relationships become more harmonious, and your work becomes more fulfilling. This is because you're no longer operating from a place of lack or desperation. You're grounded in your spiritual center, and that creates a ripple effect in every area of your life. So, for example, when you nurture your spiritual side, you become more aware of your true needs and desires. You start to see the success isn't just about external achievements. It's also about feeling fulfilled and at peace within yourself. You're able to create better boundaries, say no to things that don't align with your purpose, and attract opportunities that resonate with your values, reminding yourself that no period is a complete sentence. Nurturing that inner self creates a ripple effect and an internal shift that naturally reflects in a material world. When you are spiritually aligned, your energy changes. So does the people and the situations and the opportunities that show up in your life. Your communication becomes clearer. Your decision making improves. Your actions become purposeful. This doesn't just lead to more success, it leads to deeper, more meaningful success. The truth is when you honor both spiritual and material aspects of your life, you create balance, you create harmony. You understand the external successes can enhance your life. It doesn't define your worth. It's simply, or similarly, spiritual growth can enhance your ability to manifest success. Both it roots in your values, your purpose, and your authenticity. Ultimately, true fulfillment comes when you balance both aspects. Achieving external success without inner fulfillment can leave you feeling empty. When you nurture your inner self, align with your actions, with your spiritual truth, your external success becomes an extension of your inner growth. This is what leads to deeper fulfillment, success that only benefits you materially, but enriches your soul and allows you to live in alignment with who you are, authentically yourself. By nurturing both your spiritual growth and your external goals, you create a life that is not only successful in a traditional sense, but also a meaningful, purposeful, and fulfilling life. Holistic empowerment is about bringing together every part of yourself, the mind, the body, and the spirit collectively into harmony so that you could show up fully in all the areas of your life. This means that growth and your experience spiritually, staying isolated in your personal world will start flowing into your professional life, your relationships, and as I said earlier, your daily decisions. When you align with your spiritual wisdom, with your personal and professional growth, you are no longer operating from a fragmented place. Instead, you're integrating your higher self, your intuition, your values, your purpose, how you communicate and how you make decisions and pursue your goals. So let's break down a few of these strategies to achieve holistic empowerment. Key to anything, and what my core value is, other than integrity, is communication itself. Communication is a central part of holistic empowerment. How you communicate with yourself and others reflects your inner world. It influences every aspect of your life, from relationships to your career. When you align with your spiritual wisdom, with your communication to become more authentic, clear, and compassionate, the dialogue you have with your inner self is the most important conversation you'll ever have. If your dialogue is filled with fear, doubt, and criticism, it will manifest in the way you communicate with others. Start by becoming mindful of what's coming out of your mouth. Words create your reality. In the beginning was the word. What are you creating? Are you speaking to yourself with kindness, compassion, and understanding? If not, it's time to shift the internal dialogue. When you align with the self-talk with your spiritual wisdom, you begin speaking to yourself from a place of empowerment. And the energy carries over into how you present yourself in the world. When you communicate authentically with others, you're fostering a deeper connection and trust, whether it's a personal relationship or professional setting. Showing up as your true self, you align with your values, create a foundation for meaningful, transparent interaction. It's that know, like, and trust factor that we all want in business that's going to attract others into our lives. When you ground it in your spiritual truth, you're more likely to set healthy boundaries, express your needs clearly, and listen to others with compassion and openness. True self-confidence is not about ego. It's about knowing and owning your truth. And when you're spiritually aligned, you draw your confidence from a place of inner strength and clarity. This confidence, this self-confidence, is essential for personal and professional growth because it allows you to show up in your authenticity, to make decisions that align with your highest self. One way to build the self-confidence, by recognizing and embracing your unique gifts and contributions. Instead of comparing yourself to others and focusing on what you bring to the table, when you're connected to your spiritual wisdom, you understand that your path is unique and your gifts are valuable in this way. The confidence is your uniqueness. The professional growth without fear and judgment or inadequacy will start to shine. Self-confidence comes from taking inspired action that align with your purpose and values. When you make decisions based on your intuition and inner knowing, you're more likely to feel confident with the steps taken. And this doesn't mean that you won't be facing challenging, but it does mean you'll be approaching these challenges with a sense of inner certainty and trusting that you're on the right path. Mindfulness is another powerful tool for holistic empowerment. It keeps you grounded in the present moment, supporting you in better decisions, building stronger relationships, and achieving success without being overwhelmed. Mindfulness allows you to pause before reacting, giving you the space to assess situations more clearly. When you're mindful, you're less likely to make decisions out of fear, stress, or impulsiveness. Tapping into your spiritual wisdom, you make choices that are aligned with your highest good, then the highest good of others. This is especially important in professional context when making these decisions and better outcomes. The true power of holistic empowerment lies in the integration of these strategies by aligning effective communication, self-confidence, and mindfulness with your spiritual wisdom. You create a solid foundation for personal and professional growth. Alignment doesn't just lead to success in one area. It leads to a sense of fulfillment and purpose that touches every aspect of who you are. Personal life, it means you're not just growing spiritually, but you're also emotionally, mentally, and physically growing. You're learning to listen to your body's needs, nurture your relationships, and create a life that reflects your deepest values. In your professional life, aligning spiritual wisdom with growth means you're making decisions from a place of authenticity and integrity. You're pursuing goals that are not just financially rewarding, but also align with your higher purpose. This creates a more sustainable form of success, one that feeds your soul as well as your bank account. We often think that wealth is purely financial, in financial terms, a bank account, investments, assets. But your true wealth encompasses far more than just money. It's an overall well-being, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Without health, all of the money in the world, right, all the success in the world is meaningless. I firmly believe that health is wealth. And I stand by that one as my truth. And when we prioritize our well-being, we naturally set ourselves up for greater success in all areas of life. Physical health is often a tangible aspect of well-being. Without it, achieving financial success, thriving in your career, or even enjoying personal relationship is becoming incredibly difficult. Think about it. If your body is constantly fatigued, in pain, battling illness, you can't show up fully for yourself, let alone for work or loved ones. So taking care of your physical health first and foremost through exercise, proper nutrition, sleep, key one, right? Stress management. It's a foundation of all forms of wealth. When you feel strong, energized, balanced in your body, you have stamina to pursue your goals, the resilience to overcome challenges, and the clarity to create smart decisions. Prioritizing your physical health is your insurance policy. It's an investment in long-term success. Equally important is emotional and mental health. In today's fast-paced world, stress, anxiety, and burnout are rampant, and they take a serious toll on both your personal well-being, professional successes. Emotional health is more than just managing stress. It's about tuning into your emotions, understanding how they influence your thoughts and actions, and having the tools to process and release the negative emotions. When you neglect the emotional health, it affects everything from decision makings to creating and maintaining interpersonal relationships. This emotional resilience directly impacts your ability to proceed professionally. Spiritual health often gets overlooked, but it's a key component to true wealth. Spiritual health is about connecting and something greater than yourself, whether it's a sense of purpose, a higher power, or simply connecting to your inner wisdom. When you know why you're doing something, your work will align with your values and spiritual goals. The more passion, energy, and dedication to it, it will show in your paycheck and fulfill your life. So how does this all tie into financial and professional success? Well, quite simply, when your physical, emotional, and spiritual health is in balance, it's all interconnected. And you're operating from a place of strength, clarity, and alignment. This allows you to make better decisions, build stronger relationships, increase productivity and creativity, attract opportunities to align with your purpose. True wealth is holistic wealth. So you're reminding yourself that mindfulness techniques for staying present in challenging moments, your mindful breathing, body awareness, and communication with active listening, assertive communication, listening to nonverbal communication, both what you're putting out there and what you're seeing around you, releasing stressful things that are happening in your life, asking yourself, is this something I'm creating, or is this something that's truly going on for me? Connecting to your inner peace and using the butterfly technique will support that change. Journaling, right? Empowering thought choices. Ultimately, empowering comes down to your daily choices. Small choices, big impact. Empowerment just isn't about one big life-changing moment. It's about small, consistent choices every day that you make every day, and one thing builds upon the next. By practicing these mindfulnesses and techniques, improving your communication, using the tools, they all transform your life, one choice at a time. Remember, every small shift you make today leads to a bigger change in your future. Empowerment is in your hands. The balance between nurturing your inner soul and bringing your spiritual strength into the physical world with confidence, grace, and mastery. Is this what we can strive in a world that you wish to experience? As I wrap up, I invite you to take one step towards your empowerment journey. Feel free to visit my website, and I have a gift there waiting for you, which will reiterate all of these powerful tools. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. And I look forward to answering each and every one of them myself personally. Till then, thank you so much for your time and your energy. And I look forward to being with you again.